Alright, so I had to do this video to talk about this little beauty right here. And don't judge her by her current state because she undergoing a transition. She's shedding the old layer, making room for the new one. As you can see, we got some leaves and we got some new flowers coming in. And the ones at the top, same thing, is in transition. And I just want to talk about it because, I just started getting into plants myself. I'm loving plants more. The more I love myself, the more I love nature, the more I love everything. Like, plants is just beautiful. And, I've been realizing more and more, like, plants is one of the best gifts you can give someone, because I feel like it's non-material and it's a gift of life, right? A plant is a living organism. It gives oxygen, it feeds off of energy, it feeds off of the environment. So I don't know, like, I honestly feel like, plants is definitely one of the best gifts you can give someone, especially non-materialistic. But so my experience with this plant, right? So, let me introduce her. I named her after somebody I love so much. This is Alina right here, Alina My snapdragon plant. But the story about her is, I was walking a new pathway one day. I was walking, the electric trail right off of the Miller Road, East Greenbush, Skodak exit, over that way. But, and that day I was just like, I was observing, I was admiring nature, and I seen many beautiful plants along my path. But this one in particular, it stood out to me the most for various reasons that I knew then, and the more time that goes by, I slowly start to find out and uncover more. I guess you can say, like, this plant is also symbolic to another 360 moment, which, stay tuned with that part, coming soon. So I'm walking this path and it was just growing by itself. But what blew my mind the most is it was growing through the rocks. And unfortunately, I don't have a picture that, I can support the story with, because that happened to be one of the days I decided to leave my phone behind and spend some time away from it. And I didn't get a chance to get it because I actually, I picked it on my way back to the car, and I don't know, I felt like it was divine. It was meant for me to pick it because it was a perfect pick. It just came up so perfectly in the roots, everything still perfectly intact. So this day that I'm talking about, this was on the 7th of this month, July 2023. July 7th, 2023. Today is July 28th, 2023. So we are 21 days in, right? Now, before I, get back to more stories, what I want to talk about is, the way it looked, I started to notice it before it even got to this point. And I started to question whether I should bring it back to the wild. I even tried to give it to a few people. There's one lady I tried to give it to. I'm not even gonna lie, I'm glad she gave me the response she gave me, because it made me realize, this is meant to grow on its own how it's supposed to. I want to keep her with me as long as she want to be with me, but this is a wildflower. This one in particular, this is not the type of flower that, was in someone's garden, or that you might find at a floral store or something like that. Like, this is a complete wild flower that grows alone and just stand tall and beautiful on its own. Like, yeah, I have these 2 sticks here now to like keep it in place, because yeah, like, yo, she became a car plant. Like, she literally rides with me everywhere I go. I don't know, sometimes I be wanting to bring her in the house with me at night, but I don't know, right now it's just like I'm going by what I feel, and what I'm feeling and what I've been doing is, it actually has been working for her. Because look at her, like I said, don't mind, the transition that you see. Appreciate her now, because once she get through this process, you're gonna see the beautiful flowers come back. As you can see now, this one that's coming back now, that actually started turning brown, and I thought like she was dying off, but no, she was shedding the old layers so that she can show her new growth, and boom. And not only does this plant look so beautiful, but it smells amazing. Like, y'all gotta really check it out. There are different colors and variations of it, but this one I just came across, and I just started conversating with people about it. And one thing I want to say is, a few different people I spoke to that is familiar with this particular plant, from their knowledge and experience. Now I want to talk about, I don't know, I just found this like stand out to me. Now, I came across these people, it was a couple, and ironically, we got talking about the plant. I don't remember exactly what led to it, but we got talking about the plant, and not only did the girlfriend, but her grandfather used to grow this particular plant. And, she pretty much, gave me some helpful information about it, shed light on a few situations, but also her boyfriend, his grandfather also used to grow the plant. Like, I don't know, I just found that to be too significant and not coincidental. And they both was telling me like, yo, I'm surprised that it survived as long as it did. Like, from their experience and based off of the knowledge and information that was passed down to them by their grandfathers, like, they're used to seeing this plant in dirt, and they're used to seeing it grow with other plants. Like, it was mind-blowing for them to see that I have her in a glass vase with just water, and I have one rock in it with these 2 sticks that's pretty much there to support her standing up, through the twists and turns in the car and everything. And yeah, they couldn't believe it. They was mind blown by that fact. And what they said, it started to hit me, and I started to feel like, what, maybe they're right. And like I said, I questioned whether I should bring her back to the wild, or whether I should actually keep her in water, and let's see what happened. Because a thought that came over me, and from what I'm experiencing now, is, all right, so if this is a wildflower, this plant has the ability to survive in any environment that it chooses to, as long as the environment supports its growth. And so far, with the love, the attention, the energy, the water I've been giving it, look at her. Look at her go. Go, baby, go. Look at you. You're so beautiful, Alina. Like, I just love you. I just love you. And that's how I truly feel about this plant. And from what I've been learning, I guess, it's an annual. So it has this particular season that it comes around before it dies off. So I'm just grateful to have met this beautiful plant, and, to experience its life in this season, and to experience it at this stage. And, this has become my second favorite flower. My first one is Kaleni Gold. Like, I combined the name. I created a whole new name. I didn't hear nobody say it until I created it. But, calendula, a.k.a. marigold, I call it Kaleni Gold. That's the first flower that I fell in love with. But this is definitely the second. And another story I want to share before I break out. Now, based off my experience with it, so my experience is different compared to people that I crossed paths with and had conversations with about this plant. So another time, recently, maybe about less than a week ago, I'm walking, one of my usual paths that I like to walk at night and everything. And, I'm taking time to myself, time with God and everything. And, I'm in deep thought about life and everything. And significantly, when I look up as I'm walking to my right, I see another beautiful snapdragon, but this time, instead of it growing through the rocks, it's growing through the concrete. That shit blew my mind even more. And it's just like, yeah, I shared that story with the couple I just told y'all about. And like, it's funny, the lady was like, what are you, like you must be the Snapdragon Whisperer. I mean, I guess, I don't know. It's something significant why me and this plant keep crossing paths and it's catching my attention. But like, yeah, so that's my experience with this beauty, and I just wanted to share it with y'all. And if y'all had any experiences, with flowers, if you know about that, feel free to share. Tap in. Hey, what's your favorite flower? What's your favorite plant? Let me know. Stay up, bless up, and until next time, stay tuned.